What's going on, YouTube? How y'all boys doing today? My name is Ayub Musa, and yes, my eyes are a little bit groggy because I just woke up from a nap, but I had to get right onto my computer because I didn't even realize that Charlie dropped a video on a situation. You know my whole life goes on pause until Charlie posts. You know this. Now, let me just say this right off the rip. This is the most dislikes I've ever seen on a Charlie video in my entire life. I'm not even trolling. But please listen to me. I know you can hear me. I know you're listening to me. Please, if you are watching this video, make sure you hit the like button, comment button, share button, subscribe button. But please, that subscribe button, because we're really trying to hit that 3,220. I think it will look pretty good on me. Please hit the subscribe button now, and I'll watch this damn video right now.
I've been up all night again.
Okay.
And for the second time this week already,
Yeah.
insomnia is absolutely bending me over.
I hear
now
you,
that I've turned 31, all of a sudden I've unlocked the superpower of insomnia.
31.
And
wow.
While I've been up, I've just been digesting things, learning things about like aliens and geodes because of like the life on Mars rock.
Right.
And while I was perusing that, I saw the breaking news that they caught the man responsible for the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
This is 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, and I'm pretty sure they actually got the shooter this time. And
by the way, as you can see, as you're watching the video, my name is Ayub Musa, and this is my skin tone. Anytime something like this happens, I literally pray to Allah. I'm like, please tell me he is not black or Muslim. Like, please. You know how the world would have exploded if he was either of those things? Thank goodness it wasn't that wasn't the case. But it's still insane. He's like my age. He's 22 years old. I'm 23 now, but holy shit. That's insane.
At the beginning, there was a lot of hoopla because they brought in like 2 octogenarians claiming that it could be the shooter. It wasn't. This time, though, they absolutely got the right guy. He is definitely the shooter. He was turned in by his father.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident I don't need to explain what happened. I imagine all of you are familiar with it by now.
The video is insane.
Just in case, Charlie Kirk was on a college campus in Utah where he was inviting the audience to debate him on a variety of topics. And while doing that, he was shot in the neck and he died. It is fucking terrible. The videos are sickening. They are very gruesome. I don't recommend watching them. The gunman, now ID'd as Tyler Robinson, was positioned roughly like 200 yards away on top of a building, and he escaped for a little while. He jumped off the building. We have footage of all of this. I had planned on showing you some of the footage of Tyler Robinson, you know, running away with the rifle and everything.
There's video of him running away? I've never seen that.
But, I mean, I guess it's worth mentioning why I'm not. I actually made this video like 3 or so hours ago, and when I finished rendering it, I went to my channel to find out I got a copyright strike from a news agency for using some of their clips when going over the topic of that doctor that would walk around his office butt-ass naked for a long time, had even ejaculated on a patient/employee.
What?
Even called himself the Naked Doctor. I was covering that fucking wacko, and I used some of that news footage and got struck for it today. So I don't know if I'm allowed to use news footage here, so I'm going to refrain from showing any clips when talking about everything in regards to the Charlie Kirk assassination, because I want to make sure this video doesn't get taken down. I think this is something very important and something that I really want to talk about. Anyway, Tyler Robinson's father alerted authorities that he believed his son was the shooter they were looking for, and obviously the investigators followed up. They investigated and found sufficient evidence to conclude that this could very likely be the person responsible for the assassination of Charlie Kirk. They also found 4...
If you read this... Oh, you guys can't even see it on my thing. Hold on, look at this. If you read this...
bullet casings that were engraved with messages on them. So the one fired casing read, "Notices bulges, OWO, what's this?" Which is a furry meme. It's like one of those old like Tumblr furry memes, I think, about like nuzzles you rar, that kind of shit. He had other messages on the other casings, the ones that were unfired. So one of them said, "Hey fascist, catch," and then had up arrow, right arrow, and then down arrow 3 times, which people were quick to pick up on as a Helldivers reference. Another one said, "Oh, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao," which is apparently a reference to an Italian anti-fascist song.
Oh,
and
wow.
then finally another one said, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO." I think these engravings paint a pretty
That's a
clear
child.
picture
Idiot.
of a fucking cringe loser.
Yeah.
This is a lunatic. This is a maniac. But according to those close to him, he wasn't like politically active or anything until recently, which I think sounds right. Politics has become turbocharged over just the last handful of years to the point where people can go from like not really being involved or only dipping their toes in to being just full-blown fucking radicalized and just, you know, off their rocker, off their fucking gourd in politics. Like, it is, everything is just accelerating at such a scary, alarming rate. Something else worth mentioning here, the authorities were claiming that Tyler was communicating via Discord about this. However, Discord is coming out and saying that it found no evidence that the suspect planned the shooting on its platform or promoted violence. It was apparently reported by Utah Governor Spencer Cox that the shooter's roommate showed investigators Discord conversations with someone listed as Tyler, stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush, watching the area where the rifle was left, and having left it wrapped up in a towel. The Discord saying they can't find those messages that were referenced in that reporting.
Wow.
That one is still a little shaky as of me making this video, but I thought it was worth mentioning here. Now, already outside of the obvious major conversation that's been being had here about political violence, there is now like another separate conversation that's starting to break through because of the engravings on the ammo casing, because Helldivers was referenced. So now a lot of people are
I actually have no idea what that is.
pointing the finger at video games, which is something that has historically happened in the past with people immediately trying to scapegoat video games as like the catalyst for a tragedy. This is a path that's been walked hundreds of times before, and I'm sure it'll be walked hundreds of times again. Do I think Helldivers had any role to play in this monster carrying out this assassination on Charlie Kirk?
No.
No.
Not at all.
I don't think video games are ever really to blame. Anyway, as of now, there's been a lot of misinformation.
All of us, like, how many kids grew up on video games? How many? Don't ever, bro, come on, bro. Stop it, bro. The nigga was crazy. He lost his damn rabbity ass mind. He's insane. If you're reading this, you're gay. He's like he's not even, he doesn't even realize the craziness of what he was about to do. He's insane.
Putting around with like different Tyler Robinsons and also like people making claims about whether he's a Democrat or a Republican, which is obviously a big subject here considering the motive being political. Now, with all the available information about what they found as well as like where he's potentially been, to me it seems like he's more left-leaning than right. But nothing is 100% confirmed, and there's so much information it's hard to know for sure. A lot of people are saying since he grew up in a Republican household and there's so many photos of him at a young age around guns, he must be a Republican. But that's not always the case. Kids don't always grow up to be just carbon copies, clones of their parents and their beliefs. Like, yes, they're more inclined to follow those beliefs, but it's not always how it works out. And according to people closest to him, he got much more political over the last couple of years, so anything could have changed. There's no telling for sure. But this definitely does seem to be a politically motivated assassination. Which, if you ask me, is a horrible thing. And my heart breaks for the family that is now without a father. I think it is bad. I know, classic Charles with a grass is green take, but I also want to mention something that a lot of people...
That's what really kills me. Like, that actually, like, hurts my heart. Like, the fact that his kids were in the front row. Like, that's what I mourn for OD. Like, that's where it's like, yo, bro, those kids, man. Like, traumatized forever. And it's on the internet. Like, it's... Oh man, my heart aches for that, bro. That's insane. No.
Kept saying, I'm sure you've seen it in the comment section or on streams or elsewhere, about how I'm dodging this topic and refusing to speak on it. And people even go as far as to say that I am endorsing political violence by not making a video on it, which I find to just be unhinged. I find that to be so fucking twisted. Especially considering it's not like I've been shy on this subject. Since it happened, I have covered it extensively during streams. I've been mainly gaming because I've been in such a fucking huge gaming arc in my life right now. But I have still talked about it a lot. And I said from day one, I planned on making a video once the shooter was caught. Because I was very confident the shooter would be apprehended pretty quickly. Like, they had a substantial amount of footage showing him on the roof, jumping off the roof, even wandering through the neighborhoods. They even had pretty clear photos that they released to the public that showed a lot of this guy's face. So I was pretty certain that they were going to either catch him pretty quickly, track him down, and
get to the point of getting on that roof and no one saw him. Like, how? With a big ass rifle, like how?
Themselves, or what ended up happening, someone would recognize him and turn him in. So I wanted to wait for that to happen so that way I can make a video covering the entire situation here because I find it to be such a big deal. But since I was mainly talking about it on streams instead of in a video, which, by the way, if I did do like a video when it happened, a follow-up video, and then this video, people would accuse me of milking a tragedy.
You can't win with the internet, Charles. You don't know this? You can't win with them. The internet is the worst place ever, bro. You can never win. You can't win. And even when you address something, they don't see it because we live in a clip culture. I didn't see it on Twitter. I didn't see it on your thing, which means it didn't happen. When you're literally streaming every single day. I see him streaming every single day.
So it's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
But because I was talking about it on streams, people accused me of trying to hide it there. Basically saying that doesn't count. It only matters if you make a video on it.
Oh my god.
So let me be crystal clear here.
Talk to me.
I think the assassination of Charlie Kirk, everything that happened here is fucking horrible. I think it is horrific. Awful. I think it is terrible. And I'm aware that some people have been celebrating this. I find that to be fucking disgusting. Now, as I said on stream, I don't know much about Charlie
Stood on business.
Kirk. And I've seen a lot of people saying that now when, like, giving their take on this, and I think a lot of them are just making that shit up because they don't want to get, like, too deep into the nitty-gritty or anything. But truly, I have been very offline over the last year and some change, so I haven't seen a whole lot of Charlie Kirk. The things I know about him come through, like, adjacent discussions, like with Epstein Files or South Park. Of course, after all this happened, I did see a bunch of the clips that people were tossing around from, like, his talks or from debates, and it's things I don't agree with for sure. But even still, what happened here is bad. Even though I didn't agree with him from all of the things I've seen, it still doesn't change the way I feel about this being a horrifying, terrible thing that happened to him. I think that's very standard. I know people are going to find that to be just, yep, grass is green take from Charlie, but it's the truth. It's how I feel. Political violence or violence of any kind like this, I think, is just fucking unacceptable, and it's extremely scary. Anyway, just wanted to yap about this a bit. That's it. See ya.
Hey, man. I was waiting on that video, I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, I really wanted to see how my boy was gonna break it down, because I love listening to Charlie. But please, hit the sub button. We're trying to hit 3,220. Please. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll be your boy, you Musa. One time, fellas. Hit the sub button.